Okay. Yep, we are live.
Good evening, everyone. Just a blink of an eye, and we are already on Tuesday again. Okay, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
大家晚上好。
Yes, and so stay with us, stay tuned. We have a Kahoot session at the end of this topic, towards the end of our session, and the winner will again win a coffee session with any one of us. You can also choose for all three of us if you want. Yeah, and so congratulations to our previous. The last week's winner, right? What, Mr. Heng?
Heng.
Yeah, Mr. Heng. 你们去哪里拿 kopi?
我们去东海岸路一带。
东海岸 Yes, that's our Mr. Heng. Right, and Gracelynn Mr. Heng is a winner of our Kahoot quiz in our Facebook Live the previous week, and so he had a coffee session with Gracelynn, and that is his picture. Yes, sorry, stop share.
老板级。
Yeah, so stay with us, and so again tonight, if you are the winner for our Kahoot quiz, you will also have a chance to have coffee with us. And again, same thing, please like our page, share our video with, we have a lot of good feedbacks from agents and buyers who say that they actually learned something from our session. We're very happy that we get positive feedback for what we're doing. This is already our 13th session. Yes, we've done this for more than 3 months, coming to 3 months, or more than 3 months. Yeah, and so like our page and share this on your Facebook page or with anyone that you think will benefit from this. And our video will be available online within a few minutes after our Facebook session has ended. But if you can join us and join our Kahoot quiz, then you stand a chance to have coffee session with us. Okay, and so so today, what are we going to cover? Today we are talking about the procedure. Okay, 购买店屋的流程，对吗？哇，
是的。今天我们就会今天咱们聊店屋的周二的这一集呢，我们会与大家分享店屋的购买的流程、买卖的流程哦。
Yes, so we are going to look out for pitfalls, things that you want to look out for when you're buying a commercial shophouse. What are the questions you want to ask? What are the things that you need to find out? Do you find out before you give an offer? After you give an offer? When does a lawyer come in? You know, these are the things that you want to make sure that your valuable investment will be put in the right property. Yeah.
对，今天呢，我们会跟大家分享呢，那么那个购买店屋的流程。那么最主要当然是第一，就是划为什么用途。那么当然就是受保留或不受保留。那么下来呢，我们会就是还有跟大家分享，就是说地的面积啊，总建筑面积啊，能重建多少层。那么还有就是地契，还有租聘的那些资料。那么还有如何去检查检验在线的那些成交价，那么再出价。那么还有呢，那么如果店屋的现有的业主是以注册公司来就是转售的话，那么我们怎样去索取那个消费税？那么下来还有就是估价，最重要的就是路线。店屋有没有被路线影响？
Okay, so the first thing to look out for. So Richard, maybe you can share with our audience tonight. When it comes to purchasing a shop house, what is the first thing that we want to look out for?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Helen and Gracelynn, for the introduction for our today more than I lost count our Facebook Live. So we have more than 10 Facebook Live, happening over the last 2 months, two over months. So to me really is something that myself, Helen, and Gracelynn, we did not even expect that this thing will happen to us. So to us, we are very open. We just want to try to share as much information to all the consumer and all our fellow colleagues, so that everyone can actually benefit from our session. So basically, all the topics that we are trying to share is because every time when a Propnex agent call me and ask me about certain, be it ask me about zoning, be it they have a unit for sale, so what to look out for, so what to check. So I have received so many, the same question over and over again. So that's the reason why for us, myself, Helen, and Gracelynn, we want to share so everyone can actually benefit from our session. Okay, so that's the reason why we are doing all this. And also we also want to add value to the consumer, all the audience that are looking at us. We want to also make sure that you guys can actually, just have to plan and check, and you need to know exactly what are the things that you need to take note before you even purchase the Shophouse. So because Shophouse is not like a residential, residential is just based on the size of the unit, okay, be it west sun or no west sun or pool view. Basically, it's all about that. So you can just buy based on per square foot or based on quantums. But Shophouse is not like that. There's so many things that tonight, myself, Helen, and Gracelynn will be sharing with everyone here. Okay? So if okay, guys, before I start the session, can everyone help us to like and share? Okay? Like and share with all the audience, and you can just actually put a like there, because once you click a like, eventually there will be more updates, and you guys will be also being prompt that we have something, something news, or maybe we have certain news that we want to share. We will also post it inside our Facebook. Okay, so like and share. So let me start our session. Okay, so same thing. These are our usual background. We love this background. This background was done by our sister Helen. Myself and Gracelynn really love it.
Super.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk commercial Shophouse. Okay. So every session we will have this disclaimer, because today generally all the things, all the pointers that we have actually we will be sharing is all based on our experience, based on our over the years of experience. That's why we want to actually share with you. So, but of course, everything you guys can, if you want to find out more, or we may not be able to cover everything, to be honest. We may not be able to cover everything. So, if you want to find out more, you can either call Gracelynn, Helen, or myself to further understand more on the today's topic. Okay. So typically our topics for today, we have basically will be these two. Okay, what to look out for when you are investing in a Shophouse, how to avoid the pitfall with the valuer investment. Okay, with your valuer investment. So the pitfall will be something that what we are talking about. If a foreigner, if you are serving a foreigner buyer, can you buy certain street, certain location? So those are the things that you need to take note, because this is the most query from our Propnex agent who call me and try to find out, hey, my foreigner buyer can buy Shophouse along Kidney Road or not. So these are all the questions that are asking me. So that's the reason why we want to share tonight. Okay. So maybe today's okay, basically this article was I just sidetrack a bit before we go into the main topics. Okay. So basically this topic is today, this morning in the business time, that which the keyword that actually triggered me is wake up. Wake up. So market for Shophouses wake up in third quarter, which is our last few sessions of Facebook Live. We actually did one, we are talking about during the CB. we immediately done another one after CB. And I think we only did one last second or last third one. Okay, if you guys want to find out more, you can actually go to our Frontnext Commercial Industrial Team Facebook page to actually go in, and you can actually read and recall. You can actually go in and view again. So everything was covered. So which I have shared on the first half of 2020, the volume of transaction has really dropped. And the value, when the volume was dropped, value will also follow. Correct? Huh? So, but I did share that the value of transaction, the volume and the value is because prime CBD shop houses are not, there's only 4 transactions in the first half of 2020. That's the reason why the first half of 2020, the value of the shop, because generally in CBD shop houses, the quantums are generally 10 millions, 20 millions. So that's the reason when there's no transaction in CBD, it's because our border was closed. That's why there isn't any foreigner come to Singapore. But what I want to share with everyone here is the foreigner are in Singapore now. They actually came over to Singapore. They have a quarantine of whichever day, okay, that they are given to. After the quarantine, they are out to go for shopping. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why the shop house market has waked up. Okay, so this is something that I want to share, but I have already covered. But generally, these slides, I'm just trying to show everyone. If, for example, you have missed the slides, and these are the 3 units that our last Facebook Live, if you remember, I did share. Okay, what did the owner did to the shop house? Okay, and eventually they actually make a profit of 8 million. This one was done in September 2020 on the left-hand side of the photo in Upmoy Street. Okay, can Okay. So let me stop share. Okay, so we are going to go into the first topic that we are going to share tonight. Okay, so before I start the first thing to look out for, okay, for those who just join us, kindly help us to like and share our page. Okay, so then I will proceed with the session. So the very first thing that I want to share will be on zoning. Okay, zoning is something that I want to emphasize. For shop houses, we have typically, I just mentioned to be easy, we have 2 types of zoning. The first type of zoning is full commercial shop houses. The second type of zoning is a mixed zoning, meaning that on the ground floor, it is commercial, upper floor is residential. So if you want to buy a shop house today, okay, I will mention about a agent who serves a buyer. So the first thing that you need to check is whether this shop house, if you are serving a foreigner, can this foreigner buy this shop house? Okay, so zoning is one thing. So full commercial shop house. Okay, full commercial shop house is represented by dark blue. Later, I will get Helen to share on the URA space. Okay, dark blue shop house, foreigner can buy. Local, of course, you can buy, and there is no ABSD and cooling measure. Okay, that's the first one. Second type of zoning is what? Second type of zoning is commercial and residential zoning. Okay, when you are looking at commercial and residential zoning, okay, please bear in mind, foreigners are not eligible to purchase this type of zoning. Please remember, okay, so these are the things that you need to look out. So how to look out? Okay, if you look at the map on the left-hand side, okay, the left-hand side mentioned, okay, the first one, dark blue. Okay, dark blue is full commercial, which Helen has actually shown the URA. Okay, so the second type of zoning, we're talking about commercial and residential. It is represented by the light blue or the pink zoning. So these are the second type of zoning, which foreigners are not eligible. Okay, so everybody clear? So if you are a local investor, if you want to buy a commercial shop house, very straight to the point, you just buy, okay? Basically, you just buy and there is no ABSD involved. If you are a local investor, if you want to buy a mixed zoning shop house, remember there is a ABSD involved. Local can buy, but there is a residential on the upper floor, so that you will need to what? You will need to pay the ABSD on the upper floor. Ground floor, full commercial, so pay 3%. Upper floor according to how many property you have, and you just have to pay accordingly. Okay. Okay. So generally, this is something that is from zoning. So I will okay, maybe I will continue. Okay, after zoning, we have another types. We have also things that you need to take note. Shop house besides zoning, there's another very important things that you need to take note is shop house has two types. The first type is primary conservation. Okay, that is primary conservation. Second type is secondary settlement. So what is secondary settlement? Okay, if anyone who know the answer, what is secondary settlement, maybe you can actually key your answer in the comment box. You can just put whichever information. Later we will take a look. Okay, secondary settlement and primary conservation. So if you buy a shop house, if, for example, you have the intention to buy the shop house, okay, for something like you want to add value, you want to enhance the property, and you want to build, you want to actually do a redevelopment. If you go and buy a primary conservation, it will be bad news for you. Okay? Meaning that if you want to buy a primary conservation to do redevelopment, it is not possible. Okay? Because primary conservation are all full conserve. You cannot touch the Versace. There is no plot ratio. There is no plot ratio. And you are not able to do redevelopment. Basically, when you buy a primary conservation, you can only do the renovation inside interior only. Okay? Everybody get me? So what happened to if you buy a shop house and it is secondary settlement? Okay, secondary settlement has two important things that you need to take note. The first thing will be there is a plot ratio on this type of shop houses. Example, the plot ratio is 3. You have a land size of 2,000 square feet. 2,000 square feet, you times 3, plot ratio 3, meaning that this shop house can actually build up to 6,000 square feet. 2,000 times plot ratio 3 equal to 6,000. Maximum GFA you can actually enhance. Okay, everybody get me? Okay, so generally these are the things that you need to take note. If you want to buy something to enhance, you should look at the secondary settlement. If you want to buy something that you don't want to hazard, you buy the primary conservation and you buy and enhance and improve the so-called the renovation of the interior. That's all. So don't need to do anything, just rent out and collect rental. Okay, so primary conservation, secondary settlement. Everybody get me? Okay, so if okay, then I will okay, this will be the first thing that is covered by myself, but I will hand over to Helen, because Helen will be touching on what? Helen will be touching on tenure. Okay, shop house and what type of tenure? Shop house, how about the land size? Okay, then, and Helen will be touching on a very important so-called the pitfall that you guys need to take note, which is the root line reserve. Okay, so Helen, I hand over to you. Thank you.
Yes, hello. Yes, thank you, Richard, for the very detailed explanation on primary and secondary conservation and also the different zoning. Yes, so other than the zoning, you know that it is commercial or residential or a mixed development. There are other things that we need to look out for when we are buying commercial a shop house. So one of the things we want to look at is the tenure. So tenure, the very common one that we get will be 99 years, 999 years, or freehold. There are also some very obscure ones like 60 years and 103, or 103 years. But we just focus on these three: 99 years, 999 years, and freehold. So normally, a lot of the investors, they will go for a freehold property. They think that that's the one that's going to hold value. If you look at the Bala chart, then they will say that in 99 years, you know, when it comes to the last few decades, when it comes to the below 50-year-old or 40-year lease remaining, then the prices will fall very quickly. Okay, that will apply for a Bala chart, that will apply for a normal property. However, you have to remember, when it comes to commercial shophouses, a lot of them are actually conserved. What it means is the government is not going to take the land back and then tear down the property. So then what will happen to this kind of 99-year leasehold property? The government actually allow you to redevelop the shophouse according to the plans and the requirements, and then you just pay a top-up fee, a top-up premium to top up the lease until 99 years again. So this kind of property will not affect its value as much as let's say a residential or industrial property. It's totally different. So just to give you an example, so another thing about tenure, so many people will say, oh, especially investors, right? Oh, I must buy a freehold because, you know, I'm going to leave a legacy. And I think the most important thing that a lot of people feel is it will actually preserve the value, or the value of the property will actually go up better. So I have something here that will show, that I can share with you, that I'll just share screen here. Okay, so this is one of the charts that we have covered before in our previous sessions. So you see this one is a 99-year leasehold property, 34 Tanjong Pagar Road, 99-year leasehold. But in 20 years, the price is appreciated 753% in the 2 decades. Okay, so 99-year leasehold does not mean that the property is not going to do well. In fact, in many cases, they actually fare better than freehold properties. And to give you another example, this is another 99-year leasehold property in Duxton Hill. So in 19 years, the price has gone up 5-folds in the 19 years, or 27% per annum. And another example, Tanjong Pagar, number 21, okay, for 11 million to 57 million in 10 years, okay, 2006 to 2016. And these are the time, you know, the Asian financial crisis, 2008, 2013, H1N1 flu, and all that. Despite all that, it actually done 40% per annum. So this is just some examples to show you that not all 99-year it's not necessary that freehold will actually always do better than leasehold. And also when it comes to tenancy, you will find that when the tenants come in and pay your rental, it does not matter to them whether you have paid 20-30% premium for a freehold property or not. The rents that they pay you is going to be the same. So it means that if you pay a 30% premium for a freehold or a 30% discount for a 99-year leasehold, but your rent that you're getting is the same. So it means that the ROI for a leasehold property will actually be better and higher. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the tenure. Next thing we want to look at is the land size, right? So some people ask me, oh, does it matter, Helen, you know, when it comes to the land size? Okay, so this one has a few angles that we have to look at. For example, if you are a primary conservation, you can only look at the GFA because it will not change. The GFA for a primary conservation will stay exactly that way because you're not allowed to increase the GFA, you're not allowed to rebuild. So the land size in that in that kind of situation, land size may not be so important, except that you will rather have a 3,000 square foot. If both units are 6,000 square foot, for example, one is 2 levels and each level is 3,000 square feet, and then the other one is say 6 level and each one is 1,000 square feet, you will find that the smaller land size will actually restrict you in terms of design and usage of the space. But if you have a land size of 3,000 square feet but 2 levels, you have more use of the space, you have more leeways when it comes to design and putting in other stuff. So the bigger land size will actually be more attractive. And then when it comes to secondary settlement, that is where you are allowed to build, maximize the gross floor area to the plot ratio. So when you have a plot of land, if it's a slightly bigger plot of land, will actually allow you to have more flexibility in terms of design, because you'll put in the staircase, you can also put in the lift, and it actually makes it easier for your design and for in terms of improvement, both aesthetically and also functionally for the shop house. So land size is something that you also want to look at. I think the thing is every shop house in Singapore is different. You can have 2 shop houses side by side, but both have different characteristics and different things to look out for. So that is something about the land size that we can talk about. So the third thing that we want to look at, okay, so other than the tenure, the land size, the third thing that is very, very important, something that we must pay extra attention to, is actually the road line. Okay, in Singapore, our government planned many years ahead. So they have road reserve lines, and they want to make sure that you are actually catering for increase in the road reserve, increase in traffic condition. So these are the things that the government has already planned far ahead. So I'm just going to give you an example of a shop house that was transacted very, very recently. And this is in, just one example, this is number 534 North Bridge Road. So 534 North Bridge Road is actually opposite Bugis Junction. So this is Bugis Junction. And opposite Bugis Junction, you see this shop house here. It's a very nice shop house. So recently sold by the Dragon's Bird's Nest. And this one, because it's in a corner, right? So a lot of people like this. It's a double frontage. It's brighter because it's a corner with more windows and all that. But this shop house is actually affected by road reserve line. In fact, the road reserve line took up almost 40% of the whole shop house. So can you imagine if it's a 10,000 square feet, 4,000 of it is gone, if it's going to be developed. So just to a queue, so you can just take the queue from the development next door. So the one next door here has been rebuilt, and you see the road reserve is all the way in to the line here. And that is almost 40% of this plot of land. So that's something that you want to look out for. Another example is in Jalan Besar. Okay, so in Jalan Besar, we have similar situation. Let me see if I can pull out the stop share. My computer hanged for a while, so I cannot show you the other example. But as you can see the example just now, when you see the road line next door, especially if you have a whole stretch, and then you see the road line has actually been pushed back for some of the development next door, then you know that there's a road line reserve, and there's something that you definitely want to know, because 40% of the land actually affects quite a bit of the value. And so that is road line for you. Okay, when it comes to road line, so some questions will be, for example, when do the government demolish a building to take away when they want to expand the road and all that? Okay, until the government want to expand and they really give you the notice of acquisition, you do not have to worry about the road lines, except that if you want to redevelop, for example, this 534 North Ridge Road, it is not a conservation building. So it means you can actually build it up into a very modern looking building. But when you do redevelop or rebuild, then you will have to actually set back to give to the reserve, set back to put aside the reserve line for future use. That is when you have to think about. So this kind of property like 524 North Ridge Road, if you buy, is really for the rental yield, at least for this moment. Yeah, so okay, so we have covered zoning, we've covered primary and secondary conservation, and then we also covered tenure, land size, and road line. Then other very common questions we get is, so where do we get floor plan? What about the GFA? Because everything we find online is actually the land area. So what about GFA? That's also important. So this part, maybe Gracelynn, you can fill us in on this part, and this very important part of the GFA, of the purchase of a shop house.
好，刚才呢 Richard 和 Helen 呢跟大家已经分享了 primary 跟 secondary settlement。那么我以中文来总结一下。那么关于那个总建筑面积呢，刚才所讲的 secondary settlement 呢，我们曾经与大家分享过，以中文翻译是市区外历史区。那么我们如何去计算那个总建筑面积呢？我们当然是以容积率，那么乘以地面积，我们就可以取得那个总建筑面积啦。那么当然在市区外的历史区的那个店屋当我们可以增加那个建筑实用面积的时候，要记得我们要在不改变店屋的外貌之下呢，根据批准的用途将内部而改造，把它的内涵带出来。OK， 那么主要就是可以增加那个总建筑的实用面积啦。那么如何呢？就是在后部的延伸的后半身，那么直接往上就是建上。那么下来呢，就讲到说如何去购买那个平面图。如果那个业主没有这一份平面图，那么我们新加坡有一个BCA， 我们叫 Building and Construction Authority， 我们中文翻译成建设局。那么我们可以在线呢申请查看有没有这个平面图的记录。那么在这个网络呢，那个整个程序的第一步呢，首先你需要是身为新加坡人，有新 pass。那么以新 pass， 我们可以登录那个建设局来购买。那么通过支付一个不可退还的30块钱来索取。那么并附上系统所规定的那个表格，我们先下载，然后需要通过业主给我们授权签名，还有给我们他们的那个就是我们叫登记身份证。OK， 那么我们附上我们就要上网，就是在线，然后就是再次的输入我们的新 pass， 然后呢接受那个索取就是接受就是登录了以新 pass 登录了之后呢去办申请。那么当然的 BCA 呢就我们的建设局通常只要收到我们的那个申请之后5个工作日之内应该会在线以邮件来回复我们，看我们的那个建设局里有没有这个记录。那么如果没有的话呢，在5天之内也同样的会通知我们 没有这一份平面图，那么怎么办呢？当然的，业主就需要就是找工程师来协助帮忙画这个平面图了。那么平面图呢画平面图的费用多少呢？上千哦，不是开玩笑的。那么当然的，很多店屋那些老店屋的业主哦，他们很多时候都没有，所以我们身为中介，尽可能帮代表他们代售的时候，通常首先我们先会问他，就是老先生有没有平面图？没有的话，我需要跟你索取你的就是你需要授权给我。那么在线呢，与建设局就是下载，还有您帮我填那个表格签名，那么附上你的身份证，然后我们才可以在线索取，看有没有这份平面图。那么当然的需要还30块钱，通常我会帮业主还钱30块。那么之后呢？那么刚才我已经说啦，我现在重复多一次，5天之内建设局会回复，以邮件来回复，让我们知道有或没有。没有的话，工程师就需要帮忙就是画了。那么如果是有记录的话呢，就恭喜我们啦！14天之内呢，我们可以另付40块钱，然后呢就下载平面图啦，就是很简单的步骤。好，但要切记哦，如果14天之内收到那个平面图你没下载的话，很抱歉，要重新申请哦。就是这样。那么说到了平面图之后呢，当然就是刚才 Richard 有谈到那个就是最近的成交价，还有今天有一个 wake up call。那么 Richard，你觉得呢？最近的那个成交那个数量，在第3季这期间，那个进展如何？
Richard, you need to unmute. Can't hear you.
Okay. For those, okay, thank you, Gracelynn and Helen. For those who just tune into our Facebook Live, okay, just to give you a heads up that for us, at the end of the session, we will have a quiz. Okay, this quiz will be actually, do it inside our online. You are able to participate the quiz. Okay, for those who actually gotten the most answer, okay, beside you can have a coffee session either with Helen, with Gracelynn, or either with myself, or the 3 of us, example. Okay, so we are doing this, for the participation, to make the participation more interesting. Okay, so by the end, so try to stay tuned to end of the session with the quiz. Everyone will be able to participate, then get the highest score. Then you guys can have a coffee session with us, and we can actually give you more insights. Generally today, yes, we have covered the most important, but we will not be able to cover everything, because just imagine our Facebook Live has been over the last 10 over topics. I don't know how many topics it is.
11集。
11集Every topic are different. Okay, so beside even our topic, there will be even more things that we can share. Okay, so let me cover my session. Okay, we recall back again. Okay, I did share about what I think you need to look out for is zoning. Okay, you need to know that whether this shop house is it primary conservation or secondary settlement. Okay, then Helen did mention about root line reserve. You need to check whether this shop house has root line reserve. If yes, you better take note. Okay, consult. You can, if you want to find out more on root line, you can actually call Helen, Gracelynn, and myself also. Okay, to find out more. Okay, then after Helen, basically Gracelynn did cover on the BCA, on the floor plan, on the square, on the GFA size. So generally GFA size will be related to what I will be sharing now is the transaction. Okay, so I want to ask a question to the audience. If you buy a shop house, which is primary conservation, what per square foot are you looking? Are you looking at the land size per square foot, or are you looking at the gross floor area per square foot? If you want to buy a shop house, okay, and this shop house is primary conservation, so what should you look at, the land size or the GFA? Which one is more accurate? Okay, for those who know the answer, key into the comment box, and later we can take a look, see how much you guys know about, and I will continue. I will share on the transaction. So if you want to buy a shop house, okay, example, you look at one shop house. Example, this shop house is at Tanjong Pagar shop house. Okay, so Tanjong Pagar shop, I just give you some detail. Okay, the land size is 1,500 square feet. The GFA is 3,000 square feet. Okay, this unit, the owner are asking 8 million. Okay, 1,500 square feet land, 3,000 square feet GFA, and the owner are asking 8 million. So what is the per square foot for GFA? So 8 million over 3,000 square feet. Maybe Helen, you can help me to calculate.
26.
2006. So the per square foot for this particular shop house, $8 million is 2,600 per square foot. Then how about the land size? 8 million over 1,005.
5,333.
Okay. So as I mentioned, you are looking at this shop house, which is primary conservation. Okay, primary conservation, I did cover on my first portion. That primary conservation, you are not able to rebuild. It has to stay put. If it is 2-story, you have to stay put at 2-story. If it is 3-story, you stay put at 3-story. So this particular unit that I highlighted to you is a 2-story shop house, 1,500, 3,000 square feet. So if you ask me, you have to base on the GFA. Okay, if the owner are asking 8 million, okay, then if you want to make an offer, whether this $2,600 per square foot, is it worth to consider or not? Is it worth to consider or not? You need to know the recent transacted price that has happened in this area. Okay, how to look at the recent transacted price? Okay, for shop house transaction, generally you can only look at the land size per square foot. You will not be able to look at the GFA per square foot. Then how? So generally, the person who are always in the ground will know. So of course, you can call us, you can call Helen, you can call Gracelynn to find out more what is fair price to offer if you want to offer this unit. Okay, so I can give you some hint. I can give you some things that I get to know. Okay, for Pixia shop house is also along Tanjong Pagar Road, which is just another street. Okay, both are equally high footfall shop houses. Okay, Pixia has transacted, based on GFA per square foot at 3,000 and above per square foot before. So if this Tanjong Pagar shop house are asking $2,600 per square foot, if you ask me whether this unit is it worth, yes, it is worth. If you can ask for a discount and you can actually negotiate for a better price for it, it will be better for the consumer. Okay, so generally for primary conservation, you have to look at the GFA per square foot. Okay, so this is how you look at the transaction, because really when you go and look for a shop house, you go and look at another unit example at Jalan Besar. So this owner are asking 6 million. So to you, how can you justify whether this particular Jalan Besar, is it asking at the right price? Correct? Okay, so this is what we want to share, because shop house is unique. Helen and Gracelynn has covered. Every shop house is different, be it layout, be it the usage, be it the condition, is all different. So then when come to asking price, when come to transacted price, so whether this unit, is it worthwhile or not? Okay, to be honest, it's not easy to determine. Okay, the only thing that you can check is you need to know what is the owner asking. Then you can actually go back to see the last time. Example, Okay, there's a recent done unit at Jalan Besar. Okay, that one was transacted at how much, Gracelynn? 4.3, about 4.3.
You mean for Jalan Besar 53?
53, actually transacted at around 4.3 million.
4.6.
4.6, okay. So that one done at 4.6. That one is a 2-story shop house. Okay, typically that particular unit has done at 4.3. So land size, example, land size is 1,500, 2-story. And this unit at Jalan Besar also 1,500 and also 2-story. Okay, if the owner are asking 6 million, okay, so it's quite easy to compare because same. And again, as I want to share, even Jalan Besar, we're talking about Jalan Besar. Jalan Besar start from where? Jalan Besar start from the stadium area, from stadium, okay, at the stadium there, all the way Jalan Besar to where? To Sim Lim Tower, correct? The whole stretch are also considered Jalan Besar, but which has the higher footfall. So even though a same unit Jalan Besar transacted at 4.6, another unit is at another corner asking 6 million, you also may need to find out the footfall, okay, the tenant profile, the condition of the shop house, in order to determine whether this particular unit can actually so-called you can actually make an offer or consider. So so there's many things that you need to actually take note in order to find out whether this unit is it worth to invest. Okay, so as I mentioned, today's session we will not be able to cover everything, okay, but these are the things that you can actually take note. Okay, transaction, be it on land size or GFA. So these are the things that you guys can take note. But if you want to find out more, generally you can actually call Helen, myself, and Gracelynn, so that we can actually share more with you, okay. So that is something that I want to cover. Okay, so I think my session has done. So maybe I will hand over to Helen. Helen, so what about tenancy agreement?
Tenancy agreement, I'm afraid we have run out of time. It's already 7.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so okay, so stay tuned. We're going to start our Kahoot game soon. Next week, come back, and then we're going to cover the tenancy details. What are the things to look out for if you're buying with tenancy? Because this is, after all, an investment property. So you want to know whether the tenancy agreement is going to cover you sufficiently as a new owner of the property. And then Gracelynn will come in, and she's going to cover something that is equally important. This is talking about tax. Tax is something that's taking money away from you. She'll be talking about investment holdings and GST, a very sensitive topic. So, okay, so we will, shall we start our Kahoot?
Yep, go.
Hope next week no IRS tax officer in our Facebook Live.
Yes, we will do a secret,
the loophole.
The proper way. So this is our Kahoot. Join us at kahoot.it, and this is our game pin number. I hope everybody can join us and and win your free copy for next week. Okay, so go to kahoot.it, go to play game, and then key in 9011489. That is our game pin. Okay, and so remember, please, we want to have as many players as possible. Okay, kahoot.it at 9011489. So do join us again next week. I think we have covered quite a lot of the topics on shophouses, right? And every week we always endeavor to give you useful information, things that you can bring out and make yes, we have Dawn.
Wow, Dawn.
Okay, yes, we need more people, please, everyone. So
I saw Kelly Lim, come join us. I saw Kelly Lim, Dawn, Shirley.
So
how about Shirley? Lily Ho.
Lily Ho. Okay.
Yeah.
Join us. Win your free copy.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
come,
Don will
come,
take
come.
everything. Wow,
Hey.
Heng, yes, Heng is our winner from last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Mr.
David,
Heng.
yes, we need more. Come on. We need more people to join our Kahoot and make it more interesting. Have some competition. Otherwise, you always get the same people appearing in our Facebook next week.
我们有忠实听
Yes,
众证明哦，
good
我
job.
们是不错的哦。
Yes, can we have more participants, please? Yeah.
We have very interesting topics, questions to ask. Anyway, all the questions will be actually, it's a learning. It's everything about learning, and actually you will know more, basically, which is good,
Wow, good. We have some competition here.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, very good.
On. Okay, can we have a few more, please?
Winner will have a gift
Yes.
on the steps on how to purchase a floor plan on BCA.
Yes, I think
Jenny.
we should put money where our
yeah.
mouth is. We say that, hey, we should buy Shophouse, and then we should be like Calvin Fong. We should always be investors ourselves. Then we know how to actually share with our clients.
Yeah, actually, recently I started to read the book on by this Robert Kiyosaki 我的英文不是很好啦。我懂he's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then from the book I learned one thing
Yes.
The ultra high net worth invest in the products that the average don't. And
yes.
I have learned something. Don't be an average. Wow, how and
okay, so we shall start our Kahoot now.
Yes. Yeah, we will start. Yes, sure.
Somebody got kicked out, is it? We wait for that person to come in.
Yeah, I saw Lily.
Don, you got kicked out, is it? Donovan, try again, come in. We wait for you.
Mr. Heng 不见了。
有咯 I think 他们会 kick out 的，他们讲。
哦，是啊，为什么？
好像是，不懂，我看到很多人讲 kick out。
哈。
哦。
Anyway，
不是我 kick 你的
他们还可以 join 吗？他们还可以 join 吗？跟我们 start。
不是我 kick 的，这不关我的事。哦，嘿，
回来了。
哎呀
，OK，start，let's start。
哎呀，Lily 不见了。
不用紧，我们 start。现在已经现在5分。
Okay, commercial Shophouse quiz. We will have 10 questions this time. The fastest hand will actually get higher points, and so you can actually push yourself to the next level. Okay, first question: Are foreigners eligible to purchase a shophouse along Killiney Road? Killiney Road. Remember just now the first thing that Richard covered. Killiney Road. What kind of?
这个店屋很熟诶。这个不在 Killiney。
是在 Killiney, is in the corner. In the corner.
是。
Okay, so answer. Hey.
Okay.
Nobody answered. How come?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. We'll go to the next question. No worries. The copy is still there. Okay, so the next question, we have 20 seconds. Okay. Can we increase the GFA by building more floors? Can we increase the GFA by building more floors for primary conservation shop house? Yeah, we shared just now. So primary conservation, not secondary settlement. Yes. Okay. So the answer is no. Do we have? Yes, we have a winner. Yes,
Jin 你得 Helen 你后先，你不要 start because 他们有一点 delay。
有一点 delay 啊 ？OK， 所以我等一下是吗？
等一下，对，等一下。
OK， 数到100吗
？OK， 他们有 delay 的。你看，我现在在看哦，他现在在那个在谁对谁啊 ？OK， start 了，可以 start 了，可以 start。
可以 start 了。OK，now we go on to our next question. The next question is, okay, if we incorporate an investment holding company to purchase a shop house, can we claim back the GST? Okay, if we incorporate investment holding company to purchase a shop house, can we claim back GST? If you're not sure of
we
this
have
answer,
a cover.
come back next week because Gracelynn is going to cover that. Okay,
This one we
yes,
never, but
no,
it's okay.
or
Take a guess.
provided. Okay, yes, we have a correct answer. And let's see who that person is. Is it? Oh, it's Ginny Ko. Okay, look like, you know, we have an emerging winner with a very big lead from the rest. What happened to Don Heng and David? Hey, you know, wake up. You know, first message from Richard today is wake up. Okay, so can we go on to the next?
Yes, can start.
We'll go on to the nest question. Maybe next time we should have 30 seconds for each question.
Yeah, because it's a bit slow. It's a bit slow.
Okay, so are you ready? Put your fingers at your phone and let's look at the next question.
Yes.
Okay, the next question, question number 4 is, if the transaction for Shophouse online shows PSF and Quantum, what is that PSF? The PSF that shows online, okay, price per square foot. Is it gross floor area or land area or both GFA and land area? Which one is it? So which is the correct answer? If you pay attention just now, you know what the answer is. Oh, very good. We have 5 answers. Some 5 people clocked in the answer and we have 2 correct answers.
Very good.
Who do you think that would be? Let's see. Yeah, there's some movement.
David.
Yeah, okay. So we have Ginny leading at 1,100 points. And then next is David. David has 760 points. Don't worry, if the next question you are the correct answer, you're the first one to key in, you can easily overtake Ginny. Okay, okay, so Don, Heng, and Steve, please put your finger ready at the phone.
加油,
加油. Okay, so now we go to the next question. Question number 5. Question number 5. Where can a buyer get the route line plan? Okay, route line plan. Where do they get this? So, route line plan. If you do not know the answer, after this you will know. Okay, the route line plan, do you get from URA, LTA, or InList? InList, where do you get this? Nobody has a chance to key in the answer, is it?
Not sure.
Okay, so now...
Maybe got a bit late, I'm not sure.
Okay. So the answer is InList. InList, when you get the strata title, you will be able to see the route line and the reserve line basically. Okay, don't worry, we still have 4 more questions. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we have 5 more questions.
Yeah.
And David, you have a very good chance of overtaking Ginny, okay? We would like to see who, between you and Ginny, which one is going to get our coffee this week. Okay, so now next question. Get your fingers ready on the phone. The next question, question number 6. Where can the buyer get a floor plan for a shop house? Where can you get floor plan for a shop house?
刚才有跟大家分享哦。
Yeah, Gracelynn 刚才已经讲了。
以中文也以英文翻译哦。
中文听不懂，英文应该听得懂，英文听得懂。Yes! Oh wow, you got 4 correct answers. Good job. So you are paying attention.
证明我有教导，真好。分享的好，分享的好。
Okay, so 4 of them. Let's see who is going to emerge as the winner, as a leader.
哇，全部有分数。
Again. Okay, David, you are very close. You are very close. You're less than 200 points from Ginny. And Heng, good. You have 960 points, and Jenny 570 points.
破鸡蛋，破鸡蛋。
半张啦，半张，因为他公平喝过了。
Oh yeah.
So now we go on to our next question. Everyone get ready. True or false? Okay, a buyer need not worry about the existing tenancy agreement of a property. Okay, you want to purchase? He does not need to worry about the tenancy agreement. Is it true or false? True or false? 两个而已哈，你不要讲有 lag， 那你按不到 ，OK？
随便看两个眼睛可以按一下，
你随便选一个 ，OK？
一定会中的。
50% chance of getting the correct answer. Wow! Okay, so we have 2 correct answers. Let's see who they are. And Jeannie, very good, Jeannie. You are leader. You are in the lead, and you are leading by 600 points. Very good. And Heng 1000.
Catching up.
黑马来，你从后面赶上来的 ，OK， 黑马来的 ，OK。So David, you are just very close, very close to number 2, okay. And Jenny, like I say, if you are the fastest finger, the next few questions you can still be the number 1, okay. You can never tell. So we shall go on to the next question. So everyone, get ready. And the question is number 8. For primary conservation shophouse, do we look at the GFA or the land area? This one David covered in length. He has covered in details. Again, 2 answers only. Okay, 50-50. You just 50% chance you'll get the correct answer. GFA or land area? Hey, we have one more answer then incoming. 4 answers. Okay, let's see. Yes, okay, so for primary conservation, you look at GFA because GFA cannot change, right? Yes, so you look at GFA for primary conservation. So we have 2 correct answers, and let's see whether there's any change in our leaderboard. And wow!
David!
Wow, David 真的给我讲中了，你变成第一嘞。100 points. But Jeannie, you have been doing very well. Don't give up. We would like to see who will emerge as a winner. And Heng, you're at 1006. Again, if you are the fastest finger, you never know. Suddenly your wave band become very good. Then you first one, the other 4 got lag. Okay. And Donovan and Jenny. Okay, let's see whether there's going to be a big change in our scoreboard. Okay, next. So next question is number 9. For secondary conservation, do we look at land area or plot ratio to calculate PSF? Okay, land area or plot ratio for secondary conservation shophouses, secondary settlement shophouses. So which one is it? Do you look at plot ratio or the GFA? Plot ratio or GFA? Yes! Wow, we have 3 correct answers.
Okay.
I got correct answer. Okay, and let's see whether there is any big movement in our leaderboard.
David.
Oh, yes, David.
Wow.
Very good. You're 400 points in the lead. And Jenny, you're not bad as well, 2999. And then we have 500 points behind. We have Heng, and then Donovan and Jenny. Donovan is in the Panchan, Donovan. Okay, so we have David, Jenny, they are in the lead. Okay, don't worry, Jenny, if you are the fastest finger, you may still be in the lead. Heng also, you are not too far away. Okay, so the next question, which is our very last question. Actually, the next question is a bonus question. You have been following us for the past few weeks. You will definitely know the answer. Okay, it's a bonus question. Really is a bonus question because the question is, what day of the week is our Let's Talk Commercial Shophouse on Facebook Live? Which day is it? You all must get the correct answer, okay? 不要辜负我的一片好心，我这是送题送给你们的。我们送咖啡，送 free gift。我有个 one answer， 6个 answer， 喂。哇，那2个青色的在做什么？我们有2个青色的是谁？
因为我们可以看得到谁选 Wednesday 的吗？哈。
啊，我不知道吧，我可以看得到谁选星期二啦。那个4个会有加分的吗？
好呀。
哎呀，今天星期几？你们没有wake up是吗？我们今天星期几？Okay, number 3, Heng, you are number 3. Wow, good job. And Jimmy, you are number 2.
David number 1
David! Yeah, woohoo!
Oh.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so David, contact any one of us, and then we would like to have coffee with you. You can choose either coffee with Gracelynn or Richard or myself. Yes, and thank you very much, and thank you everyone for your participation. Again, next week, every Tuesday from 8 to 9 p.m. Please join us, and we will cover more on what to look out for when we are purchasing a commercial, any shop house. When we're purchasing a shop house, we'll share more nuggets with you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Richard, Gracelynn, anything else?
Helen, you want to stop share?
Stop share. Okay, sorry. 太紧张了。
那么就很快一眨眼1个小时，我还以为今天我们可以与大家分享好整个买卖的流程呢，结果原来是不够时间哦。那么在下周的咱们聊店屋的时候，再与大家分享关于就是消费税，还有就是 investment holding 的那个 procedure。
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, I think the Kahoot was quite interesting. Yeah, very good. It made everyone was so excited.
其实呢，刚才那6位参赛者其实我觉得我应该跟他们6位分享那个 VCA broadband purchase procedure 吧。贪者有份。
Very good. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us. Again, like our page and share this because the video will be uploaded onto Facebook, and you can watch it again if you miss out anything. And then, so we'll see you again next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Don't forget, see you again. Bye-bye.
下周2见哦。